brown. I like mine like a little bit golden brown. You can go ahead and use up for a little bit longer, but I like mine just like this. I like it like this. It's so good. For some reason, there's a bowl here and a fork here. I guess I'm supposed to eat it. I guess I'm supposed to try it, man. I guess I have to. I mean, it's here. The marshmallow is so fluffy, and you get the texture of the cookie is so good together. I wish I had some milk right now. It's so good. Give this a try. And go to my website at www.miguelskitchen.wix.com/blog, and I put it all in the description below. This is so good, y'all. Get to making it. I'll see you guys next time.
I started at a very young age. Before I was baking, I was actually cooking. Like my parents, they said that whenever I was 2 years old, somehow I opened a can of ravioli and I was making ravioli. So, whenever I was 2 years old, and then as I went on, I started making quesadillas for my friends, and then I started making ice creams, and then finally, when I was 10 years old, I started falling in love with baking because my parents got me a Hershey's cookbook, and I started to follow along with like the guide and how they did things, and I made different desserts for my churches and stuff like that. And then I realized I was like, I know I'm making these recipes, but I feel like they're not my own. Like I didn't write the recipe myself, so I started baking, and so I've been doing in business and baking for more than like 10 years now. And my very, very first cake, which was like probably one of the best ones, was an apple cinnamon cake that I made for someone. And so it was so good. It was delicious. And then ever since then, I had to just, work with like what I had and kind of make it my own. So I had to add a few different ingredients that they didn't add, and just make it like Miguel's Kitchen, like, make it mine.
Amen. So your signing was on it.
Yes, that's of course.
Amen.
It's been about 10 years now, like 10 years, and still going strong.
Do you hope like to do in the near future? Maybe volume 2?
Yes, in the near future, I want to come up with the volume 2 this summer. I'm hoping to do something like that, because I make my own ice creams and stuff like that, and I make my own kind of like frosties and stuff. So I want to do something that's kind of somewhat of summer, and so that people can I want to have like a variety of different ice cream. Because there's 3 different ways if you don't want to make ice cream. There's a custard way. There is a condensed milk and whipped cream kind of way, and so like the consistency is like the same. And there's so many different ways you can make it. There's healthier ways that doesn't use egg yolks and stuff like that. I'm sorry, I'm getting into my chef talk, but it's that there's different ways to make it, and so I kind of want to showcase that and make it. My job is to make it easier for people to be able to do stuff like that. So I want to be able to do stuff. I want to be able to make ice creams and stuff like that. Make it into a cookbook or an ice cream book, I like to call it, for the future, for this maybe this summer or next summer. It just depends on the timing and everything like that. So prayerfully next summer. Yeah. Yes. My favorite ice cream would have to be. I made it's a crazy combination, but it's a vanilla ice cream with sugar cookie dough, and then a chocolate sauce and a peanut butter sauce, and it's all swirled together. And I made that last summer, I believe, and it was a big hit. Like everyone loved it, and I'm a big fan of cookie dough, and so I mixed it into the ice cream, and the consistency was just the best, and then putting inside of a cone or whatever you want to have, and do like some homemade caramel sauce on it. Like that is my favorite ice cream. Like that's my favorite one, and it's probably not even sold in the market, but it's like I said, it's a Miguel's Kitchen touch, so you'll be able to see that one soon.
Amen. Where does all this passion and inspiration come from, and how does God fit in what you do?
Fit in with it. Yeah. Ever since I was young, my parents, like both sides of my parents, like both of their family lines, they all love to cook. Like my grandma, on my mom's side, she had owned her own bakery, in her own restaurant. And I didn't get a chance to meet her, but sadly, but that same passion that she shared with my mom, and my mom, she kind of passed to me. And so I started to um, look at, like, how can I kind of keep my grandma's legacy alive, and kind of still do like my own spin. So it came from really both sides of my family. Like my dad, he's more of the savory guy, and my mom, she's more like the baking, the baking lady. So just together, just seeing them cook for all these years and show me different recipes, I kind of want to be the one to say, hey, you guys go sit down. I'll be the ones to cook this time. So, just that. And also I watch a lot of Food Network. Like I can sit in the bed all day and watch Food Network and Cooking Channel, and they, all this inspiration from my family and, TV and just different people that I've met over my life have really brought this passion inside of me and helped me to create my own recipes that are different twists on different things. So it's just family and friends and TV. So.
And like, what would be your advice if I wanted to start like a cooking book, or I wanted to make like the recipes that are in your book, or just like try them out?
Yes. I would say for anyone that is wanting to start a cookbook, I would say to don't rush, because that's something that I had a problem with. So I wanted to get it done so bad, and I was ready for you guys to see it. That there have been a couple of times, honestly, that I had to go back and change certain things. So what I would suggest to someone is to just take your time, make sure that everything is to your standards or to how you want it. Even ask family, even ask friends to come and edit it for you. And just really don't, like I said, just don't rush it. Take this time, let the process go through it. And for the recipe part, it's all trial and error. So a lot of times, people say, oh, well, I followed the recipe, but it didn't work, but sometimes, you could overmix something, or sometimes you could undermix something. So it's just about finding that middle ground, just to know when to stop doing something and whenever you're overdoing something. So it's just trial and error. But with my recipes, like I could say you want to make a cake, but you don't like measuring out the flour and I'm doing all that. I'm actually make like a homemade cake mix that all you have to do literally is just measure out, just like you do like at a regular grocery store. You buy the box of it and you add to a bowl. So I have different options for people that, if like you say, if you're a busy mom or busy dad, you can take this cake mix and make cookies, or you can make cupcakes that are easily, it's just as fast as going to buy Betty Crocker or Duncan Hines, and so and God has really, molded and shaped me, and to be able to have this creativity to be able to share with you guys. And I have so many different recipes that I'm ready to share. And so again, like I also say this is that if you're wanting to do a cookbook, just take your time. If you wanted to cook, it's all trial and error, so just also make it your own too. Make it your own. You don't have to follow my recipes to a T, but make it your own and add your own ingredients, and make it, Cohen's dish, so, so that's, I like to show versatility with everything, not everything's supposed to be how it is, Yeah.
The trying makes it more like personal and just more with passion in it, and just a melody also.
Exactly, because it's not supposed to be like, oh, I have to go cook, or oh, I have to do this. I feel like cooking should more be like, oh, I'm gonna go hang out with my friends, right? You could like even have people come in the kitchen and cook with you, or and just make it like personal. It doesn't have to always be it's a task or it's this and that, but make it like to where like you can have fun. Like I love playing music when I cook. I love having fun when I cook. It's not supposed to be like super like uptight and I have to do all this and do that. Just like relax, have fun, put your own spices, put your own stuff to it, make it your own dish. Like don't be all, like I said, don't be all uptight. Just relax and do what it is that you do, and like add your own stuff too.
So you can add
yes,
to the book. So you can take family and be with family, or you can be with yourself and take music, and
Yes.
Amen.
Yes. Amen.
Lovely.
And, yes. Yes. And this, like I said, if my cake calls for pecans, you add walnuts. You make it your own. And like I said, like I feel like ultimately recipe books are meant to be changed. They're meant to be, rearranged and stuff like that. It's not supposed to be definite all the time. It's not supposed to be like that standard. I feel like it should be always be changed. We should always be adding different stuff to it. That's just like a, what do you call it? Like just kind of like a little guide to show you how the ingredients should be. Not like you should have to follow it to a T, but just make it your own. I say that throughout the book a lot. Just make it your own. Like even like the decorations. Like I know a lot of people are not very, like skilled in that, but you just like I think it's like there's beauty in imperfection. There's beauty in not making things perfect. Because if things are perfect, then you're like, okay, I've seen this before. But if you do something whimsical and crazy, you're gonna be like, oh man, the cake, it looks good and it tasted good too. So, that's what it's all about. It's the taste and what people are saying when they walk away. Are they looking at the taste? Are they looking at the design? It's more so about the taste than the design.
Amen. That's the same with people, right?
Yes.
All right. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. So you have like any last words or advice or just like a Thanksgiving to someone or?
Yes. And I'll say thank you. I just want to say thank you to you for having me and talking with me. And I want to give a shout out to my parents first of all. Roy and Denise Irving, they are a big support to me, and they have really helped out with my cooking career and showing me how to do different things, making sure I don't do certain things. And I want to give a shout out to all my friends and family. I love you, Aunt Nisi. I love you, Aunt Maxine. I love you, Uncle Jack. I love everyone that has helped me and that has been here for me and supported me. And also, and anybody that I missed, thank you as well. And I love you. I love you with God's love. So and then I want to say thank you again for having me, Cohen.
Thank you for giving all this wisdom and presenting your cookbook.
Thank you. I'm so excited about it.